Hey guys, this is Persia 007 coming at you with another live stream tonight. I hope you guys are doing all good and well. I want to thank you for whoever sent the comment on my last couple of videos. I do understand where you're coming from, and I may be coming off kind of hateful or harsh, and I do want to apologize. And I don't mean any hatred or any type of criticism. The reason why I made that one video about what am I to do vlog is because I was kind of almost on my wits end. I guess I was confused on where I was going to turn next on this platform, but you guys gave me an idea on what I should be doing, something positive, and so that would be meaningful to talk about. So here goes. I'm going to go ahead and start a thing here. Hello, guys. Okay, what am I doing? I'm going to be showing you guys if this will work. I ain't going to guarantee this is going to work. I'm going to try to use a tab here. I tried this yesterday and it failed. I'm going to be discussing the George Floyd. I'll make sure it's working here. Okay, it's working. Okay, good. George Floyd versus police brutality. Here we go. It says protests have made police reform the consensus position. George Floyd death, 7 solution to U.S. police problems. Let's see what goes on here. Okay, it seems like it's a little slow, but it's still going. Okay, let's load here real quick because this computer's not the best. Okay, and the first one would be rewrite use of force. This is most police departments have a use of force policy which dictates how and when officers can use force. These policies are vary substantially from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. For example, the type of neck restraint or chokehold that officer Derek Chauvin on George Floyd has been banned in New York City since 1993. I think it should be banned everywhere because the way he had his knee on the guy's neck, the way he kneeled down, was absolutely not called for, especially for a guy that was just using phony money, such as a fake $20 bill. That's not something to kill somebody over. Okay. I'm going to go down to, it says after high-profile police killings, many departments are forced to re-examine and rewrite their use of force policy by federal consent decrees. The city of Baltimore revamped its policy in 2019 as part of its consent decree with the U.S. Department of Justice after the death of Freddie Gray. The new version requires officers to report use of force incidents and complaints them to intervene if they see another officer improperly using force. So they see another cop or another deputy being a little bit unruly with the so-called suspect or criminal. They are supposed to step in and say, hey, you're going a little bit too far. You need to let up off of them or whatever. And that's what these pedestrians were doing with George Floyd. We're telling the officer to get off of them. I guess there's another officer telling him to let up, and Derek said no, but apparently all 4 of them got charged, so apparently all 4 of them were just as guilty as he was. Okay, number 2, defund the police. Protesters believe that cities and states spend too much money on their police departments without sufficiency funding, education, and mental health, housing, and other community-based social services. A growing demand for political leaders to defund the police that usually means reducing funding, not cutting it altogether. These calls have been heeded by the mayor of Los Angeles, who slashed $150 million from a proposed budget increase for the city's police. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio also pledged to divert money from NYPD towards special services, though he did not cite a figure. Okay, I don't understand the second this one right here too much, but that's what they're looking at right now. Okay. In Minneapolis, a group called the Black Visions Collective is asking the city council to pledge not to increase the police department's budget, but to divert $45 million of the force's current budget to shore up the city's coffers in wake of the coronavirus pandemic. Now is the time to invest in a safe, liberated future for our city. The group wrote, "We cannot afford to keep funding MPD's attacks on Black lives." I don't think this incident was racially motivated. I think the guy was probably a narcissist. I seen a video this morning about an FBI agent saying that he should have never been on the job, and I will get to that here in a few on the stream and explain that more. But apparently, this officer displayed sociopathic traits, and we'll get into that. Okay. Dismantled the police on Sunday. A veto-proof majority of the Minneapolis City Council signed a pledge in front of a crowd of demonstrators promising to begin the process of ending the Minneapolis Police Department. They vote to create a new transformative model for cultivating safety. Earlier in the week, two council members used the word dismantle to describe the plans for the department, as did Minnesota Representative something Omar. I can't pronounce the first name, so sorry, guys. Okay, the statement did not make it clear if the council is merely pledging to remake the department or if they were heeding some demonstrators' call to abolish the police. Excuse me, which would obviously be the most radical course of action. The council president said she could imagine a scenario where the department enters state receivership and a team of medics and healthcare professionals respond to 911 calls instead of police. I think that sounds like a good idea. It may be a medical situation, nothing that would have to involve the police. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to the fourth one. I'm not going to read everything. You guys want to look at this article? It's bbc.com/news/world-us-canada-529 81634 is the site, and that would be the article if you want to summarize. Actually, I might put the link in my chat here, so you guys can go on here and we'll put that up there. And we'll put the name of the article up here too. Here, if you guys want to go back and read it, you're more than welcome to after the stream here. So, okay, like that. So here we go. That is the article for this page that I'm on right now. So if you guys want to go there, the site's there. I'll leave it up there for a little bit, and I will come back. Okay, dismantle. Okay. All right. Since I got the website link up there, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this page. I'm gonna go ahead and look up the officer. Let me find the name of the officer here. Okay, hang on. Okay, we're gonna look into the officer Derek Chauvin right now and see what's going on. What am I doing? Hang on. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to. I gotta do it in the screen. Okay. Okay, Derek Chauvin, narcissist. Bear with me, you guys. This is not the best computer here, so we are going to former FBI Assistant Director Derek Chauvin. Okay, here we go. This is the other link that I'm probably not gonna post. So I'll probably just read through it very quick and see what we can do here. Okay, former FBI Assistant Director Derek Chauvin showed sociopathic behavior during George George Floyd's death. This is the video I was talking about this morning that I was watching on my YouTube notifications. So I'm going to have to scroll down. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, here we go. Yes. Charges move forward against 4 Minneapolis police officers involved in the killing of George Floyd. 11 investigators look at how their behavior could have happened in the first place. She talked with former SI Tom Fu, that's his last name, who announced video of the start to finish. To be murder in progress, says the FBI director, who is now vice president of more in McDaniel firm, a firm that does psychological testing for police applicants around the world. The FBI director said this is the worst case of police brutality he has seen in more than 3 decades of law enforcement, and that officer Derek Chauvin, who now charged second-degree murder, appeared to know exactly what he was doing. So again, not racially motivated. At least I don't think it was. Patrol, the FBI director said, you have a 9-minute video of having the life suffocated out of them for no reason, with no resistance, no justification for the death. And I want to say now, I'm very sorry to family of George Floyd and his friends for the loss. Is May 25th, or Memorial Day was a very tragic day for George Floyd, and I saw some of that memorial service yesterday, and it was very hard to watch. I could never imagine having to go to wake of somebody that was brutally murdered for no reason at all. Fake $20 bill to slam on the ground and a police officer over the top of him, sucking the life out of him. And uh, we should all remember George Floyd. Floyd will not die. And I don't think he has died in vain. I think he has started a movement that hopefully will change the way police brutality is, and hopefully will put an end to it, or whatever. Okay, I'm going to move down. Video difficult to watch. In the video, Floyd repeatedly to Chauvin, telling him he cannot breathe. Floyd can be heard gasping and saying, "I can't breathe, officer. You're going to kill me. You're going to kill me, man." Bystanders open to stop. He ignored them and calmly continued to press his knee on Floyd's neck. And there's the video clip too, where he sprayed the crowd or whatever. So I can't tell. That's what it looked like. Instead, backing off, Chauvin became agitated for a moment, pulling mace, and then continued to kneel on Floyd's neck for several more minutes. Said he got mace. He got mace. People in the video said. Finally, a paramedic. Oh, great. Here we go. Okay, hang on. To a gurney, yeah, because he felt good for doing it. Chauvin out dead at the hospital. Two other officers, Thomas Lane and a third, Tal Fiel or something. I think all three were also fired and have now been charged. I think all four officers should have got second-degree murder, in my opinion. They were there and did nothing to prevent the man's death. So, law, I guess you can't do that. But here we go with the son. He watched the video. Chauvin's behavior told him that he's a classic social. You have someone who has no regard for anybody else, the public at large, no regard for the reputation of his fellow officers. And I think 100,000 police officers across the country, he doesn't care about. In the general population, the FBI said sociopathic behaviors, but applicants for law 40%. The FBI said the key of stopping seek out power over others from being hired in the first place. Officer is a sociopath. However, law enforcement is being stained by the bad actions of a few. I'm going to kind of put in there, and like the FBI guy's last name was going to say the FBI. So, okay, somebody with those kind of character traits, they're still going to have the character traits, and that's exactly what happened here. So that's kind of okay. Okay, I'm gonna hide that. Is this still going? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I wanted. But as you guys can see on this video, you can check out. Showed you guys a link just now, and I also went on another one talking about the. We should all remember George Floyd. We should get along, try to help one another on the street. The other is never resist against. Just be best that you get out of the car and it'd be best that you pull that out. Don't make any sudden movements that the officers any thought likely put your life in danger, and possibly police is the only uh, uh, service, uh, sexual offenses, and they are to be trusted. Cops are always to be trusted. There are some bad apples, and our hope is that these city leaders keep a hold on that and will do everything they can to nick out these care about putting criminals away and not being a criminal themselves. Not what that's about. Police is to keep the streets clean of crime, keep for this country. And I feel that all four of these officers, that's of the state of Minnesota, they're cowards of the country, the United States. Them four officers be forever just their lives in prison. Um, Sociopath Derek Chauvin, I guess, is on suicide watch. Deserved to cop out by suicide. He deserves to face what he has done. Uh, and face his narcissism if that's what he's got, a sociopathic behavior. I hope they will somehow put him into some type of treatment to figure out what the root of his narcissism was or sociopathic behavior was. But I really hope they get down to the roots of this officer and pick him apart by the layer and maybe know what the warning signs were so this never happens again. And that's what I think prison should be used for. It should be used for treatment and punishment. But, I hope he gets what's coming to him. I really do. And that is punishment, and that will serve for justice for George Floyd and his protesters and his family. And may they get closure here very soon in the coming months. Wish you guys a very good night. Uh, and be safe out there, be healthy. Do your best not to contract COVID-19. Wear your mask, wash your hands, stay 6 feet apart from people if you can, and just live your lives, be normal, don't act stupid, and just have a wonderful day and have a wonderful night. Good night.